Good morning, sir. Good morning, mates. This is our discussion for RA 9512, Environmental Education Act of 2008. Reporter Wilmore Biandes, Kent Park Arispe. Oh, yun, naka-charge. RA 9512 is also known as National Environmental Awareness and Education Act of 2008. This act, which is a consolidation of Senate Bill number 1699 and House Bill number 4381, was finally passed by the Senate and House of Representatives on October 8, 2008, approved and signed by Manny Villar, President of the Senate, and Prospero C. Nograles, Speaker of the House of Representatives. It was deliberated during the Fourth Congress Second Regular Session beginning on 28th of July 2008, was passed by both Senate and House of Representatives on 8th of October 2008 and was signed the last 12th of December 2008. Approved and signed on December 12, 2008 by the former President of the Philippines, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The National Environmental Awareness Month is observed every November. The purpose of RA 9512 is to provide for the promotion of environmental awareness through environmental education, which shall encompass environmental concepts and principles, environmental laws, the state of international and local environmental best practices, the threats of environmental degradation and its impact on human well-being, the responsibility of the citizenry to the environment, and the value of conservation, protection, and rehabilitation of natural resources and the environment. Provides the framework for interagency and multi-sectoral cooperation on integrating environmental education school curricula in all levels. This November, we are celebrating National Environmental Awareness Week. We must remember awareness is the first step. Action is next. What can we do? Number one, reduce carbon footprint. Shifting to clean energy sources like wind, solar, geothermal, and hydropower. Stopping deforestation. Establishing a better waste management system to lessen the pollution of our surrounding waters. Reusing and recycling. Supporting locally produced and organic food, and starting a plant-based diet by cutting meat and dairy. Number two, support climate action organizations. Support your local organizations that fight for climate action. Research the organizations, companies you are currently supporting if they are doing their part to reduce their carbon footprint. Vote for climate. Vote for governments, officials who will build systemic changes in fighting the climate crisis. Vote for candidates who support and will improve climate-friendly policies in the country, including improving the country's disaster risk management policies. RA 9512 Contents. Section 1, the title, This Act shall be known as the National Environmental Awareness and Education Act of 2008. Section 2, Declaration of Policy. Consistent with the policy of the state to protect and advance the right of the people to a balanced and healthful ecology and accord with the rhythm and harmony of nature, and in recognition of the vital role of the youth in nation building and the role of education to foster patriotism and nationalism, accelerate social progress, and promote total human liberation and development. The state shall promote the national awareness on the role of natural resources in economic growth and the importance of environmental conservation and ecological balance towards sustained national development. Pointers to remember for Section 1 and Section 2. This act was made to protect and advance the right of the people to a balanced and healthful ecology, recognizing the vital role of the youth in nation building and the role of education to foster patriotism and accelerating social progress and in promoting total human liberation and development, promoting awareness on the role of natural resources when it comes to our country's economic growth, importance of environmental conservation and ecological balance towards sustained national development. Ka namin, 8 to 15.
Section 3. The scope of environmental education. The Department of Education, or the DepEd, the Commission of Higher Education, the CHED, and the Technical, Educational, and Skill Development Authority, or the TESDA, and Department of Social Welfare and Development, that is WD, in coordination with the Department of Environment and Natural Resource, the DNR, and the Department of Science and Technology, the DOST, and other relevant agencies, shall integrate environmental education in its school curricula at all levels, whether public or private, including in barangay daycare, preschool, non-formal, technical, vocational, professional level, indigenous learning in out-of-school youth course or programs. Environmental education shall encompass environmental concepts and principles, environmental laws, the state of international and local environment, local environmental best practices, the threats of environmental degradation and its impact on human well-being, the responsibility of the citizen to the environment, and the value of conservation, protection, and rehabilitation of natural resources and the environment in the context of sustainable development, which shall cover both theoretical and practicum modules comprising activities, projects, programs including but not limited to tree planting, waste minimization, segregation, recycling and composting, freshwater and marine conservation, forest management and conservation, relevant livelihood opportunities and economic benefits, and other such programs and undertakings to aid the implementation of the different environmental protection law. The pointers for the Section 3 is that DepEd, CHED, TESDA, and SWD, in cooperation with the DNR and DOST, must ensure that environmental education shall be integrated in its respective school curricula and levels. Also, in all forms of education, whether public or private, or daycare from daycare to higher education, professional or non-formal or vocational or indigenous. Environmental education shall encompasses the environmental concept and laws, state of international and local
Naka-full
environment,
screen pa, ano?
and the threats of environmental degradation and its impact on human being. The responsibility
Nag-record
of the
na tadlaw
citizenry
minini
to
kasi
the
nagtay mo
environment,
na save.
the value of conservation, protection, and rehabilitation of natural resources.
Ang nakalagi.
Environmental education
Dati kaya ako
shall cover
ini-record
both
baga.
theoretical
Dapat may
and
punduan na siya
practical.
kasi panibago nga ni. Hindi mo
Section 4.
nagluwas.
These are the
No,
environment
tapos kaya
education and
ulit
activities
may
as part
dig-delete
of
na ito.
National
Pag
Service Training
delete
Program,
dito, pag
where the
delete so ano,
CHED
so
and the
init na rin.
TESDA shall include
Nagkadagaluwas
environmental
siya.
education and awareness
So,
programs and
tinis-delete.
activities in the National Service Training Program under Republic Act Number 9163 as part of the Civic Welfare Training Service
Ano, 15.
component required for all
Nagma-22 ta
baccalaureate
ma-20 ta.
degree
So ano ka?
courses and vocational
Supposed
courses
assessment ka.
with a
Hanggang
curriculum
15 man sana.
of at least 2 years. The section number 5, Declaration
Tara
of
mo sunod ano?
Environmental Awareness Month, where the pursuant to the
Tapos na
policies
yung
set
nila.
forth in this act, the month of November of every year shall be known as the Environmental Awareness Month throughout the Philippines.
Pakulik daw mo pa.
Pointers for Section 4 and Section 5 that says, under Republic Act 9163, environmental education activities shall be implemented as part of the CWTS, such as cleaning drives on designated national parks, tree planting, and etc., whether it is solely administered by the
Sa
school
Pinas
or in
Light.
cooperation or partnership with different organizations.
Mm.
The Section 6
Ito ang anak.
interagency and multi-sectoral efforts that depend the
Ayan, baga sunod
DNR,
ko.
DOST, and other
Mali ka man,
relevant
amag na.
agencies in consultation with experts on the environment and the academy shall lead in the implementation of public education and awareness programs on environmental protection and conservation through collaborative, interagency, and multi-sectoral efforts of all levels.
Expiring naman.
The DNR
Di po nakaranas
shall
ng
have
expiring.
the primary responsibility of
Ah?
periodically informing all agencies concerned on current environmental
Anong
updates,
badil may pistol?
including identifying priority
Yung?
environmental education issues for national action and providing strategic advice on the environmental education activities. The DepEd also chaired as the DNR, DOST, and DSWD in barangays units shall ensure that information is disseminated to the subject students. The DOST is
Anong
mandated to
gamit?
create programs that will ensure that students
Anong
receive
gamit?
science-based quality information on environmental issues to encourage the development of
Duling na.
environment-friendly solutions, devices, equipment, and facilities. Pointers for Section 6.
Ito nga.
The roles of agencies in implementing the Republic Act 951 DNR. They are the leader and responsible for informing all concerned agencies on current environmental issues, updates
Pagabat
periodically for national action, and providing strategic advice on the
Tunay na pala
environmental
talaga.
education activities. The DepEd, CHED, TESDA, and SWD ensures that this information are disseminated to the subjective students of their respective school levels. Barangay also plays a vital role in information and implementation campaigns within respective areas and constituents.
Rico.
The DOST task they are mandated to create programs that will ensure that students will receive science-based quality
Murago ng
information.
aim.
And Section 7, the capacity building. The DepEd CHED, according to Section 7, CHED does the any coordination with DNR and the other
Ayun,
relevant agencies shall undertake capacity building programs nationwide such as training, seminars, workshops on environmental education, development, and production of environmental education materials,
Ayun.
and teacher education
Ano
courses
siya, min?
and
Pasaro-saro lang ang
related
badil niya.
livelihood programs. The Section 8 Separability Clause, which includes if any part, section, or provision of this act shall be held invalid or unconstitutional, the other provision shall not be affected thereby. Section 9 Repealing Clause, where all other acts, laws, executing orders, presidential issuance rules, and regulation, or any part thereof, which are inconsistent with this act, are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. And lastly, for the Section 10 effectivity, this act shall take effect 15 days after its publication in the official gazette or in at least two newspaper of general circulation. Here are the pointers for Section 7, 8, 9, and 10. All of these efforts are directed to the encouraging the public to be aware of environmental issues and will pave the way to the development and environmental friendly solution, devices, equipment, and facilities. Here, some Philippines organization that advocates the environmental protection and preservation. And here are the followings: the Worldwide Fund for Nature, the Waves for Water, Save Philippine Seas, the Earth Island Institutes, the Greenpeace Philippines, the Haribon, the Rare, and the Mother Earth Foundation. And that's all for this presentation and discussion of the Republic Act 9512. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.